Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the MS7 Morning Show. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the MS7 Morning Show. Good morning, Marcos.
What's up? What's up?
Good morning, Penn.
Good morning, everybody.
Um, good morning, Tech Review. Good morning, Nucky. Good morning, Sim the Godfather. Good morning, Clifford. Hopefully, everybody's had a great weekend. Hopefully, they're having a great Tuesday morning so far. We'll give some time for some more people to make it in here. I know it's early and stuff. So, yep, it's a beautiful day today.
Yes, it is.
So, hopefully everybody's had a great weekend and they're well rested. And I guess I'll go ahead and start with some news. Disney will likely not get an ad-supported tier combination combined with Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN anytime soon. So I guess they were in talks about getting an ad-supported tier, but it doesn't sound like that's going to be in the works anytime soon. Now, probably the ad-supported tier, I'm pretty sure was going to be cheaper than the price they have now, because right now all the Disney Plus stuff is ad-free right now. So they're not going to get it at the moment. They're not getting the ad-supported one. And they probably feel like, why should they get an ad-supported one when they're doing so good at what they already have? What do you think about it, Marcos?
Well, if they did or if they do, I was thinking that's gonna be like Peacock, cause Peacock's first tier is the ad supported one, which is free.
Mm. Well, what's your thoughts on it, Ken?
Yeah. My thoughts on it is that the company is going to like make their best decision. With Peacock model, it is interesting because they do give you like a free selection, um, and you can either follow that trend or you should just not have it at all. But I think at the end of the day, everybody just want to make their bottom line and still show support to the end user as well. So I think it's interesting.
Well, HBO did launch earlier this morning. I meant morning. Earlier this month, they did launch an ad-supported tier to their thing, to their services. So you can get an ad-supported one or the ad-free one under the HBO. And plus, it says according to the article, Disney Plus already surpassed its goal of 100 million subscribers back in March. So they're probably feeling like, why would we need to do that? We're doing great. So that would be another reason. Uh, Also, Peacock will stream all its remaining Stanley Cup season finale games. So if you're into the Stanley Cup, you can watch all the rest of them on Peacock.
Oh, and Boss Baby 2 will be on Peacock the same day it comes out in theater.
Mm-hmm. All right. You said what will be on the same day of coming theaters?
Boss Baby 2 is gonna be on Peacock.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard about Boss Baby 2 was coming out as well. So yeah,
Yep.
that'd be interesting. Because I know a lot of children, my daughter included, like the Boss Baby one. So I know she's definitely gonna probably tune into Boss Baby too. And also some things that are coming to Netflix, HBO. I mean not HBO. I'm sorry, Netflix, Hulu, and Prime Video this week are. Let's see. Okay, Duck Dynasty, Gamp Swamp People, Mom Dance, Hoarders, more reality shows that's coming to Hulu. Netflix, some stuff that's coming to Netflix starting June the 14th is Elite, FTA, Let's Eat, Life of Crimes, The Power Rangers, Dino Fury, Season 1, Ryan Times Town, Season 2, a Netflix family show, Sir No Sir, Unwind Your Mind, Netflix interface experience, Working Mom Season 5, and let me see a couple of more because they have a big list. And some of these have actually the trailer that's in here with it. So if you want to look at the trailer, The Gift is another one. Fatherhood, the original series with I can't even think of his name because it doesn't say his name here, but Kevin Hart, World's Amazing Vacation Rentals, or some more ones. On Hulu, some shows that are coming to that is Alone, complete season 1. Alone, oh yeah, the complete 7th season as well. Um, America are defending ours, complete season 1 on A&E. I mean, it's an A&E, but it's going to be available on. This is as of June 15th. I'm sorry, January. Let's see what else is on here. Prime Video has something called Chivas, Arando Sardo is an Amazon original season 1. And that's the only thing they showed for Prime Video that's new this week. And Get a Grip is also for Hulu. Good morning, Mr. Butler. How are you this morning? Or Deacon Butler?
What's up, Bubba?
Butler, check your Telegram, Butler. When you get a chance. Morning, Miss Nell. Okay, and then Quentin has a question. What's your preferred streaming device you use, and what is your primary streaming service? And what is your primary APK for movies? Okay, we're going to break it down one at a time and stuff. What is my primary preferred streaming device? Man, I go back and forth. At the moment, it's between because I have both of them hooked to my TV. So at the moment, I'm in between my Cube and my Formula CC. So that's my primary streaming device at the moment because I'm always changing. So since I'm forever changing, right at the moment, those are my primary streaming devices.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Red Lantern. How are you?
I'm just fine. Morning, Marcos.
What's up, Rick?
Not much.
Tim, what's your primary streaming device?
Mine will be NVIDIA Shield.
Red Lantern, what's your primary streaming device?
My Cube.
Oh, of course. We love our cubes.
Yeah,
Oh, go
I still
ahead.
haven't broken away from it, and it's hard to
It is hard, isn't it?
yeah, because it runs so well. I just seen that
Don't
the
hold no
4K Fire
picture.
Sticks. I seen 4K Fire Sticks were on sale.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Father's Day coming up and Prime Day is coming up, so I'm pretty sure they're
Yeah,
going to sell for a minute between Prime Day and Father's Day that's coming up, and I think it's 6 more days to Father's Day, which means it's 7 more days to Prime Day.
yes,
Yeah. So
and
it's
I
that
can.
countdown.
I have
But
$1,000 saved up
wow.
just so I can shop for everybody's Christmas gifts on that day, so that way I could take advantage of the Christmas sales when they come around, and I don't have to worry about anybody.
And don't forget, when Amazon Prime comes around, don't forget the other stores as well. They have their sales as well, as far as Target, Best Buy,
On Prime
Walmart.
Day?
Check out them stores too, because remember they be having their Prime like sales as well, because they're trying to compete against
Oh,
Amazon. And also don't forget some of the stuff that's on sale at Amazon, you can price match at Best Buy or Target or Staples or I
I
know
didn't know you could do that.
BJ's, like a Fire Stick at the BJ's. Sometimes some of that stuff you can price match sometimes.
I didn't know that they still did price matching anymore. I know Walmart has stopped it for a while. I don't know if they still do it or not.
Mm-hmm. To my Best Buy.
Walmart.
Walmart.
Oh, Walmart. Oh yeah. I forgot Walmart. Yeah. No, not Walmart. I don't think Walmart price match anymore.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they
but I
do.
know. I know that Target do. I remember when Walmart used to price match because I think it's
Yeah,
really
that was great.
I've
That was
used that.
that
I've
was
used it. That's
great.
out of Walmart's price match coupon policy.
Oh,
All
man.
that I've used.
And then they used to do their app where you got like all these little points and stuff. You used to scan your receipt. It
Mm-hmm.
was great, man. I
I
used to save
still
like
use.
so.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
don't have that anymore.
Yeah. Walmart took some of that stuff away. How
Yeah.
sad. Another question was, what is your primary streaming service? Wow.
Whoa.
Well, one
Mm.
of my primary streaming services I could say is Disney Plus. My family loves Disney Plus. We love a lot of the content that comes along up on Disney Plus. So I would say Disney Plus because my family likes a lot of stuff that comes on Disney Plus. If
Mm.
you're speaking of something that's gone or whatever, and that the whole family has
No,
that we find
okay.
our stuff watching, I
Yeah.
would say Disney Plus.
Mine would be third parties.
I mean, a third party for the most part, but if I was saying something that's
Mm.
quote unquote, that's mainstream, I would say Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Far as primary streaming service, it would be a premium service.
Like
But,
I have
mhm,
YouTube Premium. I guess that would be my primary.
mhm.
So
But
Well,
like
I
you,
would say YouTube. I watch YouTube just as much, so I
yeah,
would
me
probably
too.
say YouTube as well
yeah.
YouTube
because
is
I'm
wild.
forever looking at YouTube.
So am I. Um,
You love YouTube.
ne- Next level just helped me out. I was looking for a movie, and I asked him. I was like, hey, where's it's a Bollywood movie, and it's supposed to be like really, really good.
Mhm.
And boy, I was looking everywhere, and I just finally asked him, I was like, do you by any chance would know where this movie is? He
Mhm.
found it on YouTube, and I was like, I'd even consider YouTube a source to look at. So
Yeah, well, Fred,
yeah,
a lot of a lot of mainstream movies now are on on YouTube. Either you can pay for them or they're free with ads.
well, this one was free, and they even had subtitles, and I was happy. The movie was like a little over the top, you know, but it was a great movie. Yeah.
Marcos, so what is your streaming device?
Well,
Preferred streaming device.
I
And what
got
is your
I'll be right back.
okay, what is your and
well, my
also
main one that I'm mainly use is what TiVo. Well, that's because I got Netflix on there and uh like my like Univision and all that stuff. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But that if I'm not watching on Formula, then I'm watching on TV.
Okay. Um, let me see what the other question was on here. What is your primary? Okay. What is your primary APK for movies? I won't ask about like a TV service. Um, my primary one for movies would probably be I don't know, just back and forth what I watch. There I can find a lot of movies on Disney, but everything is not on Disney that I want to look at anyway. I would say it was Cinema HD, but I studied jump around the services. Unfortunately, I'm not faithful with any movie service. Plex, I would say Plex. I watch the most stuff on Plex. I would have to say
Yep.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
I watch more stuff on Plex than anything, so I would have to say Plex would be the primary APK that I would
Well,
have.
Plex, you also don't need an account to see what they got, Sharon.
Right, right, right. But I always find myself going to Plex, so I'll have to say Plex. Pen.
Plex and Envy for me. I just like the combo and control.
Um, okay, Red Lantern. So he'll be back. Which one for you, Marcos? What is your primary movie that you like to use?
Well, primary, maybe
Primary movie APK.
maybe uh Netflix.
Okay, I'm back.
Netflix. Okay. What is your primary movie APK that you like to use? Not including the IPTV service.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would never mention those. Uh,
Me neither.
um, a third party app or regular?
Either one, I guess. Whatever's your primary movie service, movie one.
I guess I look at like a lot of old stuff also. So like some of them more free ones, like I guess Tubi,
Mm-hmm.
Farm Raised, or something like that. But if it's gonna be like third party, it'd be like Cinema or stuff. Some of those. And yeah, I mean, or or Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
hmm I do love their Prime videos.
Oh yeah, yeah. Amazon Prime Video sometimes have some good movies, some good
hmm
ones too, and stuff. And Tubi, I forgot. Don't sleep on Tubi because they have some great movie.
Oh yeah, they have a lot of stuff
Oh,
on
Oh
Cody.
yeah.
Oh, Butler said, "Don't forget Cody."
there.
Exactly. Butler said Cody. KODI. He said KODI.
Yeah, but
Yeah, and never forget you can watch a lot of stuff on KODI. Um,
that's only if you don't want to pay uh for a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I I don't know. I enjoy it. I got
Sobro
this.
said Pluto for him. Good morning, Sobro.
Good morning.
Barefoot golf and resort.
Do you ever look at
Sim
Airy
says
TV?
KODI as well. Pardon me,
Do you ever look at Airy?
Airy.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Yeah. Check them out.
Yeah.
It's kind
Or
of
also there's Plex.
like Pluto, Sharon.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. I've heard of Erie. I've heard some people talk about Erie, but I have not checked it out.
It's
So,
Yeah.
free.
Uh, Red, you should check out this new I
Right.
guess Pluto sport. It's called put in the TV. It's all Spanish stuff.
Hmm.
okay, I heard of blended TV before. I think
Hmm.
I peeked at blended TV before. I'm not sure, but
It's in the Google Play Store.
oh, okay, so it's available in the Play Store.
Hmm.
Okay, okay, that's good to know.
Hey, that's a good idea for you, Marcos.
Good morning,
You make
Philip. How are you this morning?
you should go ahead and like check out all these apps and rate them and put a video out on YouTube.
Good morning, Southern Tech Guy.
What's that, Southern?
So the stuff. Good God, I forgot. I didn't
Yeah.
even have my
So
comments on.
let me see.
There we go.
Freely that's an app. Sobro Freely. So I guess Freely is one.
It's a good it says a good APK.
Mm-hmm. Some of these I'll have to go back and check out because I look at certain ones. Some of them I'm into, and then some of them I'm into my staples. Well, I'm always good at trying testing new apps and stuff and seeing how I like them and stuff. Even if I'm not, even if I don't stay with it, I'll check it out and see, how I liked it and everything.
And Plex is always another good one.
Yeah, that's why I said already at Plex.
Yeah.
Yes, at Plex and MB. For those of you who are into MB and Plex. But like you said, you can find a lot of old shows. When you were saying old shows earlier, you'd be amazed at the old shows you can find on
Yeah. It'll jog the memories.
on YouTube. On YouTube.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Next Level, I would never got to see that, and then I didn't realize how many more options there are on YouTube, even free stuff. And I was like as much as I'm on there, I didn't even
Okay.
consider them.
I thought I saw it, but Sim. I definitely Urban World, yeah. Also on here it says AT&T CEO confirms reports of CNN streaming service. I thought they already had streaming service, but apparently not. But yeah, there's a CNN Plus that's coming soon. Called CNN. It's going to be called CNN Plus, but it's going to be a new streaming service that's coming out soon. So those of you who like to watch CNN, like myself, different news junkies, CNN Plus is coming soon.
Isn't there a Roku app?
Yeah, Roku app. Yeah, I don't really look at it, but yeah.
They're supposed to have like a bunch of concepts on there too.
Mm-hmm.
So we got some good options.
And my family, my family together, we have Discovery Plus, and there's some good stuff actually on Discovery Plus.
Yeah, I heard about those, about Discovery Plus.
Pretty
How
good.
much is that a month?
I have no idea. Sorry.
That's cool. That's cool.
Discovery?
Yeah, Discovery Plus.
Discovery Plus. I think it's $10 a month. No, I think it's $8 a month. Something like
I'll tell you right
now. Let me see.
I pay for YouTube Premium. I'm just not going to pay for YouTube TV.
Right. YouTube TV is high. Oh my goodness. High. If you want free urban content, check out Freely. Okay. Yeah.
It's $5 a month.
No, that's not so bad. I wonder if that's like a family plan, or if it's open like the early days Netflix.
Probably.
Yeah, so they give you a 7-day free trial with subscription.
And then after the 7-day free trial, how much?
$5 a month.
Okay, that's not bad. Also, HBO Max renews its original comedy Hacks for a second season.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm making bacon in the oven. I can smell it. I'll be right back.
You don't have to burn it. Also, HBO Max Friends and Lord of the Rings lead HBO's Max most watched title during the year. So if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, that is Friends of Lord of the Rings is a show that lead the most in on HBO Max. And let me go to this other one. Okay. Disney Plus also purchased a premiere date for Monsters at Work series. So Monsters is going to have a TV series, the movie Monsters, and it's going to be called Monsters at Work. It's going to start on July the 2nd. On Friday, July the 2nd, is a spinoff date. It's going to be a pre-thing, but it's going to premiere, but it's actually going to start July the 7th. So they're gonna have like a pre episode of it on July the 2nd. So if you want to check that out on Disney Plus, the Monsters Inc. is coming out with their TV show. Also, HBO Max is celebrating Pride 2021 with spotlight pages. So you can check that out as well. Also, study Paramount Plus and Hulu have more hours of entertainment for kids. So Paramount Plus and Hulu has added more entertainment hours for kids than Disney Plus, is what they're trying to say.
Well, no, last time I checked, YouTube TV was what 65.
Mm-hmm. No, I guess it's talking about these three out of these streaming services. It's saying that Paramount Plus and Hulu they have more hours of content that's geared towards kids than Disney Plus does. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that's what it's saying that they have. Also, Coco TV is another one, and let me see. Does anyone have YouTube TV? I do not have YouTube TV. I've never had YouTube TV. Can't get myself to pull the trigger on that price. See, YouTube TV could really be on top, but decided to jack up this price too much. Started at I remember when it was $35.
Yeah, me too. That's what I said. The last time I checked, they bumped it up to 65.
No, he said they bumped it up to 80. I don't know. It's either 80 or 65, but either way, it's highway robbery. I mean, you may as well get cable. I mean, and also, which brings me on to this right here. It says, there was a question I had skipped. Let me go back to it. Why should or shouldn't you buy a high-end streaming device? I think I asked that the other day or the other week. But apparently they were posted this a day or two ago. But I asked the main question of the day was what does it take to become a cord cutter? And to start off being a cord cutter, it really doesn't take much. Number one, it takes you getting tired of the cable company.
It's still
cable company charging so much their money.
It's still at 60%.
But before you just cut the cable, good morning, Kiko. Good morning, Technology King. Oh, Technology King says money. Yeah, I sent you the link if you'd like to jump on and say something, Technology King. You a tech review. Also, yes, it definitely takes money. Let me see. Yeah, T-Mobile. Let me see what he said about T-Mobile. No T-Mobile tower reception in my area at all. AT&T Verizon runs the show around here, and that's the way it is at a lot of places. Uno Nice. I know in one area I used to be in Alabama, they had where you can get any cable company. It's 3 major cable companies in the area I lived in Alabama, and it was Comcast. What was the 3 companies? Let me see. Comcast, Wow, and Spectrum. And before you used to be able to choose, and jump from it. And I remember when they used to even offer incentives because they were in such competition. And I don't know, somehow they had a meeting and they start locking down. Because I've seen in areas where maybe I live on this side of the street or to this block, you can get Comcast, and that's all you can get. Then you cross the street or go around the corner, and they're able to get Comcast and get Spectrum. So they get a choice when you're like, what the heck? I live just 2 houses away. Why I can't get both? And I don't know, these companies got in a meeting or something where they tried to monopolize it, where you don't have no choice but to get that company, or you're pretty much have to get satellite or nothing, and that's where cutting the cord really comes in at, because then you're stuck because you don't like the way that company is doing, and then they're steady jacking up prices, which sucks. And happy birthday, Quentin.
Oh, happy birthday, Queen. King said they have contracts. Yeah.
Yeah, they have contracts. They
Sure.
really do. Because I remember when my house was being built, our whole subdivision got built, and and the people who did our houses had a choice to what company to go to. And everyone was like, please don't take Comcast. Please don't pick Comcast. Man, thank God they didn't. But they almost did. And I was surprised they didn't pick WOW either, it was crazy because they had a partnership with WOW. Because some of the houses they were doing something with WOW at the time. But that's how I found out that they were such monopolized. Like, where you had to choose what company you're going to go to, because once you pick that company, you're locked into a contract with that company.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's land that's been untouched and stuff, and there's more than one cable company that could be in that area, then you have a choice to what company you want. But once you pick that company, it's like your phone, like an unlocked phone, and then you decide to go to a carrier, and then the carrier locks your phone. My service sucks since Sprint switched to T-Mobile. Are you serious? I don't even know why I highlighted that. Are you serious?
No,
You?
well, Sharon, we got Sprint and T-Mobile now, but
Tyrone Mobile?
It's still good for me. I got no issues. My mom usually the one that has the issue, but I don't really have issue with Sprint / T-Mobile.
Okay. Also, let me see. AT&T, Mr. Sobro says AT&T has the most coverage. It doesn't not allow in some areas. Yeah, and that's crazy when you have a better service, but it's very limited of what you can get in them areas. If you're able to get that service, it's like a high demand.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Tech, you just it might be just your area.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you this. This is one thing I can tell you about T-Mobile for sure. If you tune into their Sunday show, because the CEO usually on their Sunday show, and you tell them about the problems you're having with your phone, I can't talk about the other phone companies, but I can tell you about Tyrone Mobile. They will get a team and look into it. And if it's the towers and stuff, they will work on that. Now, that's one thing Tyrone Mobile will do. Now, I don't know about Verizon, and I don't know about AT&T, but I know for a fact that if you bring it to their attention, even leave comments on their YouTube page and stuff, they will check into it. This is on Sundays. They do a live on Sundays. And I forgot what time, but when I find it, I'll send you the link.
Me too, please.
Okay. For sure. I definitely will. Because he usually likes to cook on Sundays. And then while he's cooking, he'll talk. And sometimes other representatives come on. That's the CEO of Tyrone Mobile. And while he's cooking his Sunday dinner, sometimes other people will come in on there, and then once a month they have another show where just a lot of the head people be on there, and they'll do a live then, and people will be in the chat and saying stuff, and they're answering the questions and stuff about what's going on with the phone service. But I'll send it. In fact, I'll put them pages in the chat after the show. 45 miles from my house, the options of internet cellular service. I have an option for internet for satellite, no cable services available. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, and it's like that. I know that some places where the cable and stuff is so bad. I remember. Now I'm not gonna lie. I remember years ago, not even too long ago, maybe about 5 years ago. I remember in parts of Alabama, certain parts of Alabama, I would say the T-Mobile service wasn't the best. I used to, over my one niece's house, I used to literally go on her porch or in the backyard if I was over there to talk on the phone, because that's the only way you can get service. In the house, you couldn't. But then with another service, even with Verizon, I remember one time I had Verizon, and I remember, I don't know, I had Verizon, and I was in Virginia. Was it Virginia? I forgot which state it is. But all the people usually have problems when they get in that area where every phone service, they have the worst problem in that area. Like none of the towers work good. And I got it. When I find out, I'll come back and tell you about it.
I remember when they used to
I can't
sell
remember
the.
if it's Kentucky or it's in Virginia, but it's in one of them areas where it's really horrible service. I don't care what phone service you have. I don't care if it's T-Mobile, um, AT&T, or whatever. Every time you get to that area, you may as well call somebody before you get around that city area or after you're in that city area because your phone service is really going to be slow and it's going to really suck.
Yeah.
I remember back then when on TV the little stickers they used to sell in the back of the back of your cell phone. It's supposed to increase your service. Did you ever see those? This is way back
What,
when.
what's supposed to increase your service?
They used to be like this supposed like this sticker antenna that you put on your cell phone, and it'll increase your
Oh, yeah.
bars
I
on
think I've
service.
heard of that before. I think I've heard of
Really?
that.
It was like it was
Unfamiliar.
that scene on TV stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Because
and
you know, it got to be true if it's seen on TV.
no,
Yeah.
I,
But
Seen on
Shan,
TV, but
half
wasn't
half
true.
that stuff don't really work. They just trying to make money off of it.
of course they're all gimmick, but
I believe them, especially if it's on
some of
QVC
those
or
like
HSN.
some of those ideas actually took off.
Yeah, but some of them don't really work.
It's a hit and miss.
Yeah.
I remember when
Yeah,
the was that
Bro
the
said it was a microchip chip that was attached to the back of the phone and stuff. Technically,
yeah.
now, King, you say it's a scam, but you know, if it's seen on TV, it got to be some truth to it, especially if it's on QVC or HSN, right?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was.
Oh
I
my
mean, it
god.
was. It was. They even have it like a advertisement. It's just like those, stupid glasses that turn into binoculars and the hearing aids. You can hear everything, and it was kind of like that feel to it. And I remember this was back in 2005 when they were advertising those. That was a long time ago. Man, those are the days.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember having to stand outside to get service in some areas. That used to drive me crazy.
Yeah, so I don't know where you live, LOL, but I remember in Alabama, sometimes you used to have to do that, and that was with Verizon. When I have Verizon and with T-Mobile, a lot of times at some people's houses, especially if you live in the country. Man, if you live in the country,
Yeah,
it's
it's over.
harder to get. Or if you're out there in the country, it's harder to get them towers
Yep.
and
That's
stuff.
that's why Sharon, that's why we got an extender.
Empty pockets, no service, hit or miss.
I
Yeah.
know. I know people in the country out here that still have satellite phones.
Mm-hmm.
Because
The big
the service are terrible.
the big chunky ones.
Yeah, they still have the satellite phones, and they still work too.
They must do that for work business, work wise, because the only people I see
Mhm.
phones like that is people who work. I mean, like work at a like the telephone company or something.
Yeah.
But back to today's topic, which is what does it take to become a cord cutter? One thing, Technology King hit on. It takes, it would take money, especially if you want to become a full-on cord cutter. It will take money in the end. But starting off, it takes research. I wouldn't just cut the cord immediately without doing some research. Me personally, if I wanted to become a cord cutter and I wanted to get rid of cable or I wanted to get rid of the mainstream stuff and I wanted to become a cord cutter, whether it was through Roku or through a Fire Stick or the OWN box or the Dynalink or whatever. If I did have cable, I would downsize my cable first.
Yep.
That's what I tell people: downsize first before you just completely let go of it because it's not for everybody. But when you decide you want to talk with your family, let them know, this is gonna, let them know that this is gonna be something different. This is gonna be something you're not, especially if you have a family. If you have a family, you want to talk to your family. You want to let them know that we're about to have some changes in our household. This is going to be better for us in the end. Oh,
Maintenance,
that's not
maintenance,
far. Dirty South Georgia. Yeah, I wasn't that far from Georgia. Um,
maintenance, maintenance, maintenance.
maintenance, yes, definitely maintenance.
Mhm.
Let them know that hey, pretty soon we're gonna be, we're gonna be doing our entertainment a different way. Find out some stuff that they're interested in, and let them know, hey, these changes are coming. But I wouldn't personally just throw it on them. I wouldn't just personally just one day just cut everything off and just be like, hey, this is what you're going to be doing. I mean, at the same time, you can if you're the one to pay the bills, but I personally will ease my family into it. Maybe if not cutting it completely off, maybe starting but downsizing and then cutting off.
Yeah.
Then I would go get whatever streaming device of my choice.
But
Yeah.
Sharon, what I would say is, when it comes to cable, if you still want those channels, don't cut out the cable completely. Just connect. Just use your account with the apps that correspond with your provider.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or you can even
Without internet, I don't know how we would have made it. Yeah, I know. I mean, without internet has opened up for us to be able to network and be able to communicate with so many people since the internet. Also, definitely your network equipment. Definitely start working on your equipment. You may not be able to buy everything all at one time. You may not be able to get a router and a modem and all them things, but definitely be working towards them things. And stuff. That first month, I wouldn't go ahead and buy the equipment if you can't afford it. If you can't afford it, just go buy the equipment. Just because somebody showed on their show, don't go into debt.
Yeah.
None of us buying any of this stuff. Slowly get it. You know what your budget is. You know what your household is. But slowly work towards it. Of getting your equipment. If you want to start with a modem first, then change out your router. If your company, find out what your company will allow you to do first. Call your cable your provider. Definitely let them know that you want to go down. Eventually, your goal is to go down to internet only. And I'm going to ask. Let me see any other comments. A subscription for premium. This is not true unless you have a subscription for premium channels. You cannot provide credentials. Okay. Let me see.
So, bro, that's why I said, don't cut it out completely. Just use your.
Hey, so bro, would you be surprised? There are some towns that don't have a Walmart. I've been to some in Alabama that does not have a Walmart. They have to drive like 40 minutes to an hour to get to a Walmart. When I was down south, there are some towns that's for real. They don't have a Walmart, or if they do have a Walmart, it's just a Walmart grocery store. It's a neighborhood Walmart.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, isn't that weird? I know.
Just punch up South Texas Walmart and look at how many dots you'll see on the map. They're everywhere out here.
I have where I'm at too.
I have two in my city
Walmart
alone.
is like that place everywhere you want to be, right?
Yeah.
There's a Walmart. Yeah, so I'm gonna let some other people. Let me see.
Wally World.
For the average, Wally World. There's a Wally World everywhere you want to be.
Yeah, it is.
Average person removing cable service is going through Hulu. Yes, exactly. Is a good start. You might want to start off just for them to have movies and stuff to watch. You may get with some family members if you can, and see about getting Hulu, a Netflix, or even a Disney Plus plan is great because with Disney Plus you get. If you get the Disney Plus bundle, if you got a person that loves sports in the family, they got the ESPN Plus, they got the Hulu for the TV shows and stuff, and
they got Disney
shows to watch the day after, and on top of that, they have the Netflix. So that would be a great start. That would be a great start. Alabama doesn't have towns, only living areas. Every town has a Dollar General, but not a Walmart. You're right. And you know what? Every town has a Dollar General and a Family Dollar, but they do not have a Dollar Tree or a Walmart.
I think we have a Dollar General by McDonald's in town.
And that plus premium. Oh,
Let me see.
Is that Butler?
Yeah.
Yes. Walmart.
I don't see Butler.
We have a Walmart, but the newest Target, Best Buy, over an hour away. Wow. You see, internet premium services, lots of content. Okay.
Oh, there.
Just a second.
yeah, you're right, Mr. Butler.
Is that your pen?
Oh yeah, what's up, Redline?
Oh, what's up, man? I didn't even know you. I kept hearing the voice in the background, and I was like,
"Yeah,
I hear
in
that
the
voice."
background chilling.
So, speaking of you, what is your what's your thoughts on how to become a cord cutter?
Yeah, I mean, really, all it takes is just you wanting to just save some money. It comes down to, like you said earlier, research. Definitely research about what you want to watch. Some people are more into the live aspect. Some people are more into the VOD, or you may run into a few individuals that happen to watch both. So factor all that in, and decide on what you want to watch, and you're going to save a whole lot of money if you just take the proper steps. Like, I know with AT&T specifically, you do have to use their modem, but you can choose your router if that's the route that you want to go. Invest in your network, meaning do research, watch video reviews, look at Amazon review, like look at everything you can possibly can. Start off with I wouldn't say go big right off the bat. Being able to afford your equipment is important, but also being able to plan out what you want to do as far as the process is equally as important as well. And yeah, just try to think things through.
Blamo.
What's up?
Good morning, Blamo.
Good morning.
Good morning, Blamo.
Let me see. Okay, you have a great day, Uno. Nice.
All right, Uno, take care.
Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts, Red Lantern?
First, you have to find, if you're going to just start streaming, you have to know what your internet capability is. Then you have to figure out what's your best, I would think your best streaming device would be. That's a good processor and stuff. Then there comes the app. Then you have to also learn how to do your maintenance to it, because if you're taking on all these apps and you're running them all at the same time and you're wondering why you're buffering, it's all about, like you said, research and looking at and your maintenance. I mean, I get people that come to me all the time. They're like, "How come my Fire Stick is buffering?" I take a look at it, and they have like 25 apps running at the same time. But it's like, just do your little YouTube stuff. Talk to a neighbor, and see if they're streaming.
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah, if they're cord cutting and stuff like that, then yeah, just talk to them and figure out how they're doing it. But don't just go to that one neighbor. Ask around. And you might get the answer you may want to see, but you also may get the answer of like, "Man, don't do it. It's just not worth it." But I'll pass the mic to whoever else wants to comment.
Okay. What are your before we go to you, Marcos? I was going to go back to what Sobro said about you listening to every YouTuber. Yeah. Honestly, right. I mean, that's with anything you do research on. You don't listen to everybody. For example, if I want to know how to do I don't know, change a tire or something like that, I don't listen to every single body tell me how their idea on how to do one. But some stuff, or how to I don't know how to change a faucet or do something on the sink, But however, I do the reason. I also not only look at YouTube, but I also read articles. I go by like you said, people who I know have cut the cord. I ask them. and stuff. And I try for myself. I give it. That's why I tell you, don't cut off your cable right away. It's trial and error. See how you like it. It's not for everybody, but it's for a lot of people. When you think about how much money it saves you in the end, you'll be glad that you went the cord cutting route. And you may want to end up starting with a Roku. You may end up starting with a Fire Stick. And you may start with like Southern Tech Girl was saying earlier. You may start with the services like Netflix and Hulu to familiarize yourself with not having cable, and it's okay to have some of them. And then and then as well as some of the stuff that we do hand in hand, till you get to your family to get more and more used to it, because your goal is to get rid of cable altogether.
Yeah.
I would listen to everybody on everything, but I would listen to the majority of them, especially if they're helping me maintain. Because not only do you want to know how to become a cord cutter, like Red Lantern was saying before, you want to know how to maintain your equipment. You want to know how to when it's a time to tell that device goodbye, how much you should have on that device, how much wear and tear is going to take for that device. What is what is some of the specs on that device? You might want to know some of them things. So,
Right.
don't just, I wouldn't be stuck with just one person. I'm not going to just, for example, when I was talking about that CNN Go app, and I was like, oh, I'll get it I'm not going to just look at CNN to get all my news. I'm going to go to CNN. I'm going to go to all different news sources of my local news, maybe MSNBC, maybe Fox News, maybe whatever other news is out there and stuff. I'm not just going to go off of the one commentator's opinion, because then you'll be lost. So definitely do your research around, not just on YouTube. Search around if there's some groups and stuff, like we offer Telegram. There's Facebook that may tell you some stuff. There's Twitter. There's Reddit. There's all different type of ways that you can research and find out more. Good morning, Ken.
What's up, Ken?
What's up, Ken?
Okay.
Yeah, it's good to have options. That's right, Sobo. You're absolutely right. It's good to have options. And then the same with internet. Yep.
Yeah.
Learn how to clear your cache. Yes, and I talk about that all the time. It's a habit for me. Every time I leave out an app, I clear my cache. If I'm not sure I cleared my cache, I force stop and clear my cache before I go into the next app. It's just a habit. Always clearing my cache. I use my Fire Stick, my Formula, my Fire Cube, my Superbox. I do them all the same way. If it's an app I haven't used in a while, I delete it. I'm not going to let it just sit there taking up dead air. If I'm not I know I haven't used whatever app it is. I haven't used that in months and months, and I only got it because people were talking about it. It was popular at the time. It's going away. If I look back on it, I haven't used this in a while. Why is this on here? Definitely, because I don't want it taking up that extra space. What are your thoughts, Marcos?
To wish her. I forgot. I kind of spaced out.
Yes, we all are cord cutters because we have smartphones and we don't realize it. Yeah. I guess for as telephone, but I'm not a complete cord cutter because I still have my house phone. Not when it comes to a house phone. Not when it comes to the phone. I guess not in that aspect. But that's because I have a minor child. As long as I have a minor child, I'm going to keep a house phone. Blammo, what are your thoughts on becoming a cord cutter? The question is, what does it take to become a cord cutter? What are your thoughts on it, and what do you think about as far as leaving cable to be a cord cutter?
I don't know.
You're a cord cutter.
I don't know.
Okay. Definitely can't stand 4K sticks or me boxes, but to each his own. Yep, each his own. And thank God we have a lot of choices out there. Like I said, I'm from device to device. I'll use one a while, I'll change to the other one, I'll use another one a while. I always change up to just try to see what it does. I didn't think I was gonna like the Chromecast as much as I do. And I was on the Chromecast for like 3 months in a row.
Oh, dang.
Now, one device I don't like, I just cannot get into, is that TiVo.
Hmm.
That is not my favorite device, but I mean, but it's okay. I mean, I put a few apps on there for my daughter, so she's used it, but she doesn't look at that many apps, and she doesn't do all the maneuvering stuff that I do on it.
Hey,
but
Butler.
yeah. As a matter of fact, what is your least? Those of you who've had more than one device, what is your least favorite device? Mine is the TiVo.
Hmm. Mine would probably be well, the T95. I have the T95 for me.
T95Q. Okay. What about you, Red Lantern?
I guess that's just all the old tech. I'm one of my friends just got the Walmart device. I
Mhm.
played around with it for a little bit. I really didn't care for it too much.
What?
Well, I guess because I like the speed of the cube and everything. It was just so instant, and I know I still haven't gotten a NVIDIA Shield, so um, that's still on the list. Hopefully that
And the globe.
oh um I don't know. I, I don't know. I don't really have an answer for this question. Sorry.
Okay. I guess the one you just mentioned, I guess so far is your least favorite is the
Yeah.
on device, which is I don't know. Morning, Donna. How are you this morning?
Hey, what's up, Don?
What is your least favorite device that you've used so far, Marcos?
Well, I don't think I had least favorite device, sir.
Okay. Southern Tech Girl said her least favorite was the Buzz TV stick and the
TiVo.
TiVo. Yep, the TiVo and the Buzz TV. The Shield is Miss Octavia. Good morning, Miss Octavia. That's her
Morning, Miss
least
Octavia.
favorite. Miss Adrian says her least one is the TiVo. I think most people's least favorite is the TiVo.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think because the TiVo jumped on it when they could, Um,
Miss
Yeah, but
Octavia. Miss
also,
Octavia said,
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you another thing too that people don't never say that goes with Cordcutter. Becoming a Cordcutter is patience. And the reason
yeah,
why I say patience is because
mm-hmm.
stuff is not going to happen as fast. When you're used to having cable, you're used to everything being instant. You turn on it, this channel pulls up, it's instant. It's just like almost like Netflix, and stuff. Even though people overlook when the cable company has outages or when it's bad weather, sometimes your cable may mess up. And we know that's not as often as other services. But however, you got to have patience. You got to realize over and over again, this is not cable. Don't compare. You got to stop comparing it to cable. This is
You have to
something
do the
totally
work.
different. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. You have to do the work.
Yeah, you have to do the work. You have to realize that you're going to get buffering sometime. You're going to get it's internet based. So how as your internet goes, so does your service. Sometimes your service could be acting up. It's because your internet. Maybe you need to reboot your router. Maybe you don't have a strong enough router. That's why we asked you to slowly for surely work on getting the devices if you can. If you can't, then just stay with the company, but let them know, hey, this device don't seem to be working. You be on them.
Mm.
If you can.
Miss Octavia said that she least favorite device was a Shield.
Yeah, I've seen
That was the first time I've ever heard anybody say anything against a Shield.
yeah, she said the shit.
Everybody I've ever seen, they're like, like Butler, the Team Green and all that, and me, I still haven't used it, so I still want to try it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
that was a
so
surprise for me.
I didn't buy my super box. It was gifted to me, but I wouldn't. I just couldn't pay over 300 either. Well, I don't know, but no, because the Shield wasn't over 300. I don't know, or was it? It was on sale.
but
It was on sale.
Sharon, I think Sober was talking about the super bucks because super bucks
Yeah,
is
I know.
what 3 to 4.
But I can say since I've been using the times I've used my super box, I've had no problems with it. It has stand up. It has worked pretty good. Um, I've had no problems with my super box, but I'm not using it at the moment. But the stuff is held up pretty well on the super box. How could I say myself paying $300? I just don't think so. Yeah. So got Sim says so shield for life.
Mm.
Donald says, I hate the Roku. Anything but my is cheap. Yeah, but the Roku, you can do so much with the Roku now.
Mhm.
But if you
That's
can't
right.
afford it, nothing else. Baby steps. Some people, that's the first device they grab. And I remember I was at Walmart the other day, and I wanted to tell the people in front of me to put that back. They were so excited because they got 2 Roku boxes. I was like, oh, put that back. We were at Walmart. I was like, take that back. Go to Best Buy and go get you a
Amazon
Fire
product.
Stick. Yeah, anything. I was like, that thing is so close. They were so excited though. About they were talking about their Roku. They was in front of me. I was grabbing a few grocery items. They were right in front of me. And they was like, oh, I can't wait to at first I didn't know what they were talking about. And they was like, oh, I can't wait. Till we hook this up, we're gonna be watching so much stuff and everything on it. And I wasn't thinking about them at Walmart, of course.
Right.
And they was like, oh, and they were talking on the phone to somebody. And they was like, yes, I finally got a Roku. I got 2 of them, and they was all excited about it. I was like, no.
Well, I guess it depends if they're using paid services. I mean, sure, you can get a Fire Stick, do the same thing, but if they're just in a paid services, I mean, the Roku is viable.
Anyway. As Sim says, to each his own.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let me see what else anybody else said. Virginia says, I started with the Roku and now I have Fire Sticks. Yeah, and a lot of people I started with Roku. I had the first Roku I had was I had the Roku. I'm trying to remember. I never had the stick. I had a Roku box. And then that next month I ended up getting a Roku TV. And most of the Rokus I ever had was a TV. I still have a Roku TV.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, I didn't have one originally when I got rid of it, but then I ended up getting one not too long ago for a good deal, dirt cheap.
Yeah.
So hey, but
There you go.
for the Roku, you know, I use it as any other TV. I put my device on it, and there you go.
Yeah. The one thing I will say about the Roku is that the interface on it is nice. I will have to say it's for definitely for older. It's just a nice interface.
It's to me, I think it's cleaner. It's cleaner than most devices.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's a Fury service apps too. Let me see what else they say about Netflix. Netflix, people don't like breaking from Netflix. Yeah, people don't like breaking from Netflix, but as they slow, but I don't know, people are breaking more from Netflix now because they've came out with all the services. So they've definitely been breaking from Netflix because they've gotten stuff like
Yeah, Sharon, but when it comes to some of the stuff that was on Netflix from other companies, they're just adding on to what they already have.
Right.
Services go.
Right. Yeah, because a lot of people, especially since until they put that thing down, and I don't know if they're going to end up doubling down on it or not. That I'm not sure about. But as far as
God.
Making you have to pay, making you not be able to share your account anymore. Remember one time they were saying that with Netflix they weren't going to allow you to share your account anymore. Let me see what Silver said. Oh, I love my Fire Sticks too. Yep, Virginia, I like my Fire devices. There are places where they will be only okay.
I just got a text message from somebody. Hey, help! I accidentally uninstalled Cinema. I don't know how to get it back on the Fire Stick.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
Oh,
I
geez.
show you. I show you this.
Don't you
Oh,
got Fire Link under the
yeah,
right?
Good
yeah.
morning,
They
Carol.
they
How are
all
you
have
this
them,
morning?
and I showed them how to do this, but they want you to go by their house all the time. And they're like, oh, since you're here, can you go ahead and do all the other stuff? I'm like, man, not without a feed.
Oh, forget.
Can you come on the panel? Okay. 1 second. Um,
Mm. Mm.
also, let me see what they say about the Roku. Roku will continue to be the best selling as long as they can manipulate devices and possibly be the best price regarding smart TVs. Yep. You're absolutely right. But also like I said, when it comes to cord cutting, you you got to be prepared for changes. You got to be prepared for it's not going to be as it's not going to be the same as cable. You know, definitely be prepared to save some money, but you know, and on top of that, you may spend some up front, but you're going to save a whole lot in the end. Um,
Yep.
Also, be prepared for you know, like I said, slowly, if you're able to buy your equipment, talk to your family about it. Let your family know that you know there's going to be some changes. You know, and whether you start with the ground services such as Netflix and stuff, at least you're making a good step and stuff. And when you realize the money that you're saving now, you also can be got to be careful too when you're cutting, because you
I
don't
ain't
want to get so
Bluetooth.
many services
Yeah,
that
yeah.
adds up the cable or even more.
Okay.
You don't want to get up there and get Hulu, Netflix. I mean, if they're separate prices, you know. You don't want to get all these streaming services and then it costs just as much. Or you want to replicate cable so much you're trying to get something like YouTube TV and Sling.
Yep.
Just get what you had with cable.
But Sharon, like I said before, if there's people that still want to have that cable feel, they should just
Fuck off.
they shouldn't just cancel the cable. They should just
Mhm.
connect it with the other apps that are corresponding with channels that they already have on the on the on their subscription.
some people are too used to cable and they want everything instant, especially the older people, because they're so dead set in their ways. They just remember, like, even the old days of clicking the TV and it was instant. So I guess getting them to break away from, go to streaming, even though it will save them money, it's, I guess it'll be more of a hassle because then they'll realize that they have to do the maintenance on their, so, when they get buffering, and sometimes it's just let them stay where they're at.
But Reggie, for me, since I still pay for cable, I just use our cable provider and the corresponding apps that of the channels that I'm paying for, like Univision, ESPN, and I think Telemundo and Fox and Fox Sports.
Cable would survive a little bit longer if you got to pick and choose the channels that you wanted.
Exactly. If you got to customize what you wanted.
Yeah.
Also,
They would-
Dean says people call him all the time about service, and he's like, "You're only paying $10.
Cause
You're
I
only
know
paying
for
$10. You're only paying 15. You however much you're only paying. You know."
Yeah.
Good morning, Donald.
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for letting me
Morning,
come
Don.
on the panel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's no service out there that's going to be 100% perfect 100% of the time. It's just like risk with anything. It's just about the demand. Most channels that I've experienced, like if there's more than 25 people, 100 people on one channel, it's going to get buffing.
Mm-hmm. For
And
sure.
there's nothing, like I told Josh, my one friend Josh Etzler, he's always looking for the perfect service with no buffing, no lagging, and any of that. And I told him there's nothing out there like that. You're going to
Oh,
have good
there is.
days of performance, and some days you'll have bad days.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly.
And like me, I know ways around stuff because I know how to get APKs that actually are pretty stable and don't pay a dime for it. I have super boxes. I have the best super box out there is the Elite now because they did something with the Elite that they're going to go up here a little bit. They're going to go up on the price on it because it's got two services included on the device. As long as you own the device, you will have those two services for the life of the device.
Mm-hmm.
They're called Blue. They're called Blue TV, and the other one is called Elite TV. And
Mm-hmm.
they do not have the same source. They are two separate sources.
Right.
So if one's having problems, you can go to the other one. And I've tried them both. It's a game changer. It's the first device fully loaded that has two services.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that I hate on it, but
What's funny,
I
right?
have it. No.
Mm-hmm. Miss Virginia says, most people who have Amazon Prime do not know how to get free movies. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
exactly. A lot of people who have a lot of these services don't know how to get free movies or how to get even with Amazon Prime. There are some available that's free within Amazon Prime.
Hmm.
yeah, and
Some
there's
of them
a fear
cost, some of them are
factor there
free.
too. And a lot of people lately I've been hearing are fearing the like the fire sticks and stuff like that because people think they're getting tracked still with their ISPs and all that.
And that Flossom TV, that comes on your that's in the Amazon App Store, and you can watch a lot of movies and stuff on that Flossom TV. They have a Flossom for kids. They have Flossom TV. That's an APK that's in the on your Amazon App Store.
Yep.
I think they have a Flossom True Crime, and they have some pretty good TV shows and stuff on there. It kind of put me in the mind of Tubi a little bit.
There's a new one that just came out for mobile for phones and tablets, but
Hmm.
you can get it on the Fire Stick if you know the code through downloader, and then you're going to need set orientation and you're going to need mouse toggle. But it's
Hmm.
called Beer TV. It's got over 5,000. It's a legal app, so it's legal. It's out of the Google Play Store, and it's a yellow and black icon, and it's called VERT TV, all one word, and it's got over 5,000 channels on it, and all kinds of countries in it.
That's
Okay.
cool.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Right. I just found out about it yesterday or last night, and it looks like it's going to be a legit app.
Okay.
It's in the Google Play Store. It's mostly made for phones and tablets, but and Android devices that have Google Play Store, as long as you get access to Google Play Store. Now on the Fire Stick, you got to put it in the downloader, and you get it from that one guy on YouTube, Tech Doctor,
Tech
UK
Dr.
Tech
UK.
Doctor. Yeah, he put a video out on it, so you can get it on your Fire Stick.
Oh, okay.
He's an
Uh,
awesome person about getting stuff like that. That's where I found it from.
okay. Yeah, and
So,
Southern Tech Girl says the Roku will continue to be a top seller because they. Oh, I'm sorry, somebody's in the back. Just a second. Oh, Blambo, you're back. Sorry, Blambo, I didn't know you
Remember.
was in there reading.
oh,
Um,
geez.
the Roku will continue to be a top seller because they literally give devices away when you buy anything. Free Roku with a jelly donut. Yeah, they really do. I mean, they push, and then it's pushed all over Walmart, and most people go to Walmart. You think about it. and stuff, and they don't
Yeah,
really
but
push. And all you see is Roku, Roku, Roku. I mean, you see that on devices, but Roku sticks out like a sore
yeah,
thumb. You know. And
TV
also,
too.
Roberto says, I expect the internet prices to go up as folks are leaving cable companies and options for streaming services, and that's
That's
absolutely
already
true.
happening. That's
Yeah.
already going up.
Hmm.
Cost of everything's going up. Food, gas. You can see it every day. It's going up.
And the
Hmm.
price of wood
Rent.
just shot up.
Huh? Price of what?
Mm.
Wood,
Yeah, lumber.
the
Yep.
lumber, yeah, it shot up
You
big
go
time.
to
There are a
you go
lot of
to
people here
ramp.
in Texas
You
that are
can't build a ramp.
pissed.
You can't even build the ramp for the same price that we built a ramp last year. You can't
No.
even build it for that now.
Okay.
Not,
Good morning. Good morning, David. David asked us, what do you think about Amazon's sidewalk situation?
Ooh.
Uh,
I posted something that this guy had said about it,
uh-huh.
and he was comparing it to the movie Terminator Skynet,
Hmm.
Oh,
Oh.
the
the
sidewalk.
sidewalk,
Hmm.
and I still don't know what the benefit to Amazon sidewalk is. It really doesn't. I mean,
Yeah.
what you're
I don't
supposed to be able
either.
to share
I'm not
your
understanding what
neighbor's
you do.
internet?
Pardon me?
The Amazon sidewalk, you're supposed to be able to share your neighbor's internet.
That's what I
Next
understand.
level and Rojas are talking about that, and they're like, well, we don't see what the benefit of that sidewalk is.
Gives I think your area access near where you're at. I guess it gives it access to your network. That's the only thing I could say.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to. Cause I just googled it, and one of
Hmm.
the articles says the Amazon sidewalk could raise your Wi-Fi bill. Cybersecurity experts say.
Oh, well,
Yeah. Just tell them
I have
get
my
your
own security.
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
an article says that Amazon new sidewalk network is banking on your laziness.
Mm.
Mm,
Mm-mm-mm.
well, I
A lot
disabled
of
all that.
people learn
Mhm.
passwords. Put passwords on that stuff.
Exactly. And I remember that Donald did say something that was very important a long time
Get off
ago.
my
He was
sidewalk.
saying that, huh?
Somebody just what
He
Dean
said,
had
"Girl,
posted.
what's my Dean said? Get off the dang sidewalk."
Oh, oh Lord.
I love it.
So back to what I was saying that Donald said a long time ago, you guys, it was something about you should go in your settings because when
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go on your echoes and different
Passwords
devices, it
in
records
your modem. Yeah,
everything
there's
you
some.
do.
You should go into your. That helps a lot of people with buffering and lagging. You go
Hmm.
into your router or whatever your main network thing is you're using on your main, the modem or the router. You go into the settings of that, right? It's usually somewhere on the box of the device itself or on the bottom or the side. There's a label that tells you exactly where to go. You go in there and then you go into your Wi-Fi settings and then you go into your broadband channel and you want to get off the automatic channel. You want to go to like channel 2, 6, or 11 or some other channel so you're not on that automatic channel because if you stay on that automatic channel, you're going to get a lot more congestion. If you get off that broadband channel that everybody's on automatically, that's going to save you a lot of buffering and you won't have as much buffering and lagging and all that
Hmm.
because a lot of people don't know how to exactly do that, but it ain't that hard. And then you should set your route, like unplug your router at least a couple times a week to flush it, and then like 30
Hmm.
seconds and plug it back in and let everything reboot to flush your DNS because that flashes and washes your DNS out of your routers and your modems too.
Yeah, I definitely do
Dang.
that every week. I definitely take advantage of
Because
unplugging mine every week.
that
Usually
takes the
on the weekend, early in the
yeah the
morning
G
for everybody to get up.
I haven't done that in maybe a year.
I do that all
wow.
the
Yeah.
time out of habit. That's
With
another habit. Just like the clear cache, that's
I
another
do
habit
that
I have.
weekly.
Comcast has been using everyone that has internet the same as Amazon Sidewalk for a while. I believe that because Comcast the devil. I'm just teasing. Sorry, Comcast. In my opinion, Comcast is not right in a lot of ways. I'll just put it like that. That's why exactly we said that earlier, Carl. That's why it's important to buy your own equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Buy your
And
own
stay away
equipment.
from
You don't
combos.
have to worry about that. Mhm.
I agree with
Try to
Carly.
stay away from combos. Yeah, it's work. Yeah.
Mhm. If you buy your own equipment, then that's less likely. But yeah, that's
And net
crazy with the Amazon.
and the
Yeah,
best
the
routers
Amazon Sidewalk.
are those Netgear Nighthawks. Those are the best routers.
Mhm.
Or anything really Netgear, as long as. But I don't like the ones that stand up and down. I like the ones that go flat, side to side, left and right. Those are the kind of routers I like with antennas. They seem to do better in
Yeah.
my area.
You say
And we
everybody's
just put a modem here recently too. Our other modem went bad, so uh, there's so many options and ways to do stuff.
1 second.
Okay.
Okay, and you guys, once again, don't forget we're you have to count down to Amazon Prime. So hopefully you saved your money for Amazon Prime. Last Father's Day.
It's coming up.
6 days to Father's Day, 5 days to Amazon. I'm at 7 days to Amazon Prime. So the clock is literally ticking.
Yep, coming up.
Let me see.
I hope their sale is better than last year's.
Well, it probably will be. I mean, last year they was hit with so much. The pandemic had just came. There was a lot of stuff. There was a lot of unknowns. So
Yeah,
they
they're
come
gonna
out
want
with
to
the
look at
date
that.
of it.
Oh, to put
Oh,
it.
for those of you, okay, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Also, I know it's Father's Day and Amazon Prime, but if you want to do some early Christmas shopping, or if you know that somebody's not even so much about Christmas, well, maybe Christmas, but also if you know somebody, family members that have a birthday or something coming up, Bed Bath and Beyond is having their semi-annual sale that just started yesterday.
Mm.
So if you want to go get your lotions, perfumes, body washes and stuff, they're still just started. Which most of their stuff, a lot of their stuff can still be 50 to 75% off, different prices and stuff. So definitely, or you got an anniversary coming up, something you may want to take advantage of, you know, getting some stuff from there or having somebody, you know.
Go get it, Marcos.
What's up, Brett?
I say, go get you some of those
What?
Bed Bath and Beyond.
Hell no.
Hey, they have a lot. Wait a minute, they have a nice
So,
men's section there.
I was like saying, there's some cool stuff
They have a
there.
nice
I,
men's section there
I
at Bed
think
Bath and Beyond. That stuff smells
Yeah,
good.
I think we
Got
got
I have colognes from them. They're great.
we got
I think we got one like next time over, but I've only gone there what maybe once, twice, three times, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You know,
mhm.
there's a lot of YouTubers who do like a lot of colognes and stuff like
Mm.
that. And there's one I follow. His name is Naps of Nature, and he talks about a lot of those colognes that come from there, and the perfumes and everything that come from Bed Bath and Beyond. So Marco Solnaka did it. Some of the stuff that's come out of there is pretty great.
I ain't knocking Bed Bath and Beyond. I'm just saying that that ain't for me. Even though I've got,
Yeah,
even though I've
get
gone
it
like
for
three
your,
times.
get it for your, get it for
Yeah,
some of your ladies in the chat that you talk to.
yeah.
yeah.
And if you want to look
Best
up,
kept secret or weapon is certain. Wait a
Get it
minute.
for your husband.
and if you want to,
Not
Marcos,
name brands.
look
They
up
all
on.
just work the same. You're right. You're right. So, bro.
If you want to, Marcos, look up that YouTuber I talked about, Naps in Nature, He's got a lot of cool
Okay,
stuff on there.
Sam.
He's over there in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's really, really nice. He does some lives, and you know, so check him out, man. I think you'd be surprised, really, really surprised. I like the guy. I think he's great.
We definitely will check it out.
You know, Naps in Nature. Just tell him Red Lantern sent you. He'll know.
Yeah.
Also,
He even sells his own coffee. It's a Jamaican blueberry coffee, and I have a couple of bags, and they're great. Yeah, check them out.
Alrighty, guys. I'm gonna say my goodbyes. I was invited out of the house today, so
Oh yeah,
I'll see you guys all later. Have a good day. Be
you
safe.
too, man.
Peace
you
out,
too.
Blanco.
Enjoyed having you, Blammo.
Yeah, good
Google
having
Meet.
you.
Also,
Today,
go ahead. Have a blessed day. Also, there's an article, shout out to Sim, that he sent me this morning on some essentials in 2021 to cut the cord. And I posted the guide in the YouTube, and I'm posting it in our MS7 if it's not already posted in MS7. Let me see. And this is Cord Cutting 2021 Definition Guide for Everything You Need to Know. Cord cutters, sometimes, you may have a hefty cable bill. I'm just going to kind of summarize it. Because you're used to getting stuff like your AMC, your ESPN, your CNN, your different comforts and stuff. You should
Hey,
prepare to.
Miss Sharon.
Yes.
I put something in the private chat for you.
Okay.
Have it.
Oh, okay. Is this the thing you was talking about a little bit
Yeah,
ago?
yeah. He's like one of my
Name
favorite
it?
YouTubers. Really, really nice guy.
The Cologne guy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
He's
okay.
really, really nice.
Okay. I'll post that in a little bit. I'll post
Okay,
that
that's
in a
fine.
bit. Okay. Good morning, Andre. How are you this morning? Happy Tuesday to you as well,
What's up, Andre?
Andre. Hope all is well with you. You should be one thing. You need to be prepared to ditch the cable. You need to be prepared that you and your family is going to walk away from the cable. Sometime, you should be able to try to be prepared to save at least $50 or more a month. That's some of the top things of saving. Let me see. Test your cord cutting options. Like I said before, don't just you can leave it cold turkey if you want to, but I personally would give it a trial. If you don't know anything about it at all, give it a trial. You know what? I'm gonna try this cord cutting for 30 days, for 3 months, for however long, and then see. Good morning, Johnny E. And see how long is this gonna go. I've used Ms. Midnight. Ocean Blue smells great. Body wash, Marcos. Step your game up, buddy. The ladies will love it.
No,
You hear that, Marcos?
I got Johnny. I got Cologne smell good for the girls, but I don't use it as much because I don't really go out that often anymore.
Somebody may come by.
Yeah.
Like, dang, I came over to Marco's house, even if it is your parents' friends, but it was somebody around your age.
Yeah, but
that guy, he smelled so great.
Don't get me wrong. I do know how to dress. I do know how to dress.
Mm-hmm. All right. So just in case somebody come by, and they do have some great stuff at Bath and Body Works, and I'm like, seriously, that's the only time I really shop at Bath and Body Works. I mean, I'll shop at them sometime, other times if I happen to be there. But when they have the annual sale, that's when I stack up on my lotions, my body washes, my body sprays and stuff. And like I said, they have a nice selection for men, even down to the hand sanitizer. That's very manly smelling. So, yeah.
Get what the dude for
Get your shopping on Bath and Body Works.
Let me see. Man comes by. Only man comes by. Okay. Old
Síguele,
Spice.
Chucky,
I need
síguele.
some Old Spice. Oh yeah. Let me see. Yeah. Also, let me see. Yeah, give yourself at least a month. When you first cut the cable, give yourself your trial time. Chances are, when you compare the prices, the pros and the cons, you're gonna see there's more pros to cutting the cord than not. For a lot of families, it's well worth it. You need to get a pen and pad out and write down some stuff. Write down channels you like to watch. Take notes with your family. When you have that meeting, take down notes of stuff you like to watch. Search for services that's similar to that. It's not like you think. Let me see. Once you finish your list of things, that's the pros and cons, stuff you will need when you're doing your research. Once you take your notes, then you'll know about, you know, what you may need to get. If locals is a deal breaker from you, you must have locals. Get an antenna. Make sure you have an antenna so you will definitely have your locals. If you have to
There's a
see
good
local 8 news every day when it comes on, make sure you get an antenna so that local 8 news can be available for you.
Yep.
You're a cord cutter, both
there's a
services, you're
good
not going to get your local 8 news.
Yeah.
there's a good app for locals. It's called View It.
View it, yeah,
Oh
I heard
yeah,
you view it and locast if it's in your area.
Yep.
Yeah, View It.
VPN. Oops.
Yep.
It's a
Yep.
good one for locals.
Yeah, but when concerning local, when you're signing up to use it on the computer, you can't really use VPN.
Oh, you can do it with the Fire Stick.
I don't think you can on. I know you can use VPN on the computer, but I'm saying from what I've tried, you can't. I couldn't really uh, connect to LA to get the channels that my brother gets. When I
Try
was
APK
trying
time,
to,
Marco. They got some VPNs in APK time.
Also, let me see. Um, Also, don't let the cable companies that are gonna try to suck you into a bundle and tell you why a bundle is better. Try not to let them suck you into a bundle, even if they do lower their price a little bit, because 10 times out of 10, it's still gonna end up jacking back up higher and being higher
Mm-hmm.
than what you paid before.
After
So
12
when they
months.
see you trying to leave, they're gonna be like, "Oh well, don't leave, Terry. Don't leave, Jimmy. Don't
Yeah,
leave, Ken. Don't leave,
they want you in that,
Andy.
they want you in that
This is
bundle
the
for
deal
12 to
we're gonna give
24
you."
months. And after you
Yeah,
leave,
try to keep you
then they
back.
want to jack it up.
Yeah, and
They'll
then
even ask you like, who's gonna be your streaming service? Are you gonna use streaming services, or who's it gonna be? They'll ask you little questions like
and none
that.
of your business.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
And
don't
they
ever
wouldn't
let them
ask
keep
you. Their
viruses
goal
or
is to
anything like
get you to
that.
keep you on that phone until they get you to because they're in sales, so they're trying to sell you a service,
Mm-hmm.
even if it's for cheaper. Well,
'cause
okay, Jimmy, I see that you're paying $176 a month, but we can lower that. No, we can lower that to 136. Will that help any? Well, it is better than the 176 I was paying. I'm just tired of paying all this. Well, let's see what deal we can get. Well, we'll lower, and then they'll get you lowered down to 115, and then you're like, oh yes, I guess I'll stay with them because it's 115, and I get all these great channels, and I get this sports and all this other stuff, blah blah blah. Mind you, don't get any ESPN Plus. You don't get none of that on all them great sports channels. That's gonna be extra. Don't forget that HBOs and certain stuff gonna be extra. I done got you way lowered down, and then you're all excited and you're sucked up because they done lowered your cable.
Well, you could try the sports for 30 days, and as soon as those 30 days are up, boy, that's when they
They
hit
helping
with
you
that
forget.
charge.
They helping you forget.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking
And then
of.
that jack it up. So even if you're smart enough to say, hey, I don't want that sports and stuff, I just want this 115, I'm gonna leave it at that. Next thing you know, I got the 115.
Sports is like
And hit
30,
them a year
40.
later or 6 months later, boom, you're right back to the same price you were originally paying or even more.
Yeah.
Well, how the heck you told me I had 115? Now it's 183. Well, that was just a temporary trial.
Yeah, promotional period.
Special we were running at the time when you called.
That's when you're asking for an itemized bill, and that's when you see everything.
Mm-hmm.
And all the
they want you to keep the paperless, and they want you to keep either way that you can't break down your, even with a paperless, you can break down your itemized bill, but still, but their goal is to tell you as least as possible. So since they want to tell you as least as possible, you tell them as least as possible. If they're asking you, are you going to a streaming service?
Yeah, but
it doesn't matter. It just matters that I just don't want to pay all this for this anymore.
Lowcast is for local, but it's only in certain areas.
Yeah, it's that other one's called VUIT and it's white. It's a green and white icon.
Yes, the Lowcast is for your locals, and I guess View it is too, but I bet View it, but I know it is. But Lowcast, what you do is with Lowcast, it's not in all areas. When you get the Lowcast app, you put your area code in. And then if it's for your area, it's going to pop up the areas that's near where you live at. So it might be your city, it may not.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing with Lowcast. It's hit or miss. So it may be, for example, where I live at, maybe the closest, well, it does have my area. But if it didn't have my area, it may tell me my closest area may be Toledo. Well, that's too far for me. I don't want to watch news in Toledo. I'm not near Toledo. I'm in Ohio, but everybody in Ohio is not going to look at Toledo news. So
there's local now.
Local channels.
There's one called Local Now, and there's another one called News Now.
Mm-hmm. Also, Simi says no cable at all for 6 years, just internet package. That bundle scam, yes, because they will scam you, Simi. You know that they will try to scam you and keep you there. Make it sound you done them a favor by staying.
Right, the bundles how they trick you because they can keep itemizing it, and then you think you're getting a good deal.
VUIT.
Yep. And it's a green and what? It's a green and like gray whitish icon, and it says right at the bottom of it, live, local, free. Okay. You can search for it on the Fire Stick on the search thing or find, and then you can look it up on Google Play. I think Google Play Store has it too. Yep. And most news organizations do have their own apps for their news. Most news now have their own app.
Yeah, most of them do have their own apps. You're right. Or you could, or if you have Facebook, you could look it on Facebook or YouTube.
Yeah, but
or you can use an antenna.
A lot of the local, especially if it's news, as soon as it goes off the news or within an hour after going off the news, if you subscribe to their YouTube station, you can watch that same newscast on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
right.
Or you can watch it on Facebook because it's gonna air. They're gonna upload it to Facebook or YouTube as soon as it airs on their local station. So,
or you can use an antenna.
Antenna, like I said to begin with.
Yeah.
And, Harmony says FYI.
For me,
VPNs.
I think I helped my mom and my dad watch the preliminary when they were going on YouTube on their video.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, they're also let me see. Also, do you really need live TV? If you need live TV to if you have to have your live TV in this thing, I'm glad it breaks down or lists to the pricing of some of the TV services. Like if you have AT&T TV, you will pay $69.99 a month approximately for 65 channels. Fubo TV is $64.99 for 130 channels. Hulu Live Plus is $64.99 for 65 plus channels. Filio is $25 for 60 channels. Sling TV is $35 for 32 to 45 plus channels. And YouTube TV is $64.99 for 85 plus channels.
Pretty much 65 to even it out.
hmm
That's what I was looking at before, sure.
But for those, if it was a cable cord cutter, I mean, but those for some of those prices, especially YouTube TV, you may as well almost kept your cable.
It,
Yep.
Pretty much.
that's what I said earlier.
I mean,
When
for
I
only
when I looked at it,
$65 for 80 channels.
when I looked at it, it was still 65.
Well, on this
There's,
thing,
there's
the
some,
article that I posted in MS7, um, that article that I posted in MS7 and in the chat, it breaks down the prices, I guess, because this was an article that just came out not too long ago,
check it out.
and it says do your research on antennas, and you may want to avoid some $10 antennas that have unrealistic claims to it. So you don't got to get an antenna man was talking about that on Blamo's show. He was talking. He was going into the details about antennas. So do your research on some antennas. You know, an outdoor antenna for your roof. Yet you can get a with a UFC signal from 50 to 55 miles away. Also, being able to it helps you be able to receive an over the air thing. Now you can get a dirt cheap antenna for $10 to $20 that you can find an outdoor antenna that's more. It depends on what you want to watch, where your area is. You know, some people a $10 holler is fine. They get the
Yeah,
channel,
you
they
got
get a lot of channels, and that's that.
you got two frequencies you look for. You got to find the UHF and I think the VHF or something like that.
Yep, yep. And it
There's
says there's
two of
no such thing as an HD antenna. And remember, antenna man told us that before. So if the box says it's a HD antenna, there's no such thing of it. So such thing as it.
them. Right.
If smart TVs have a live option, it's hooked up to the internet. Yes, and I was just talking about that the other day. I have a Samsung TV, and I also was talking about Vizio was coming out with one. I know LG is coming out with one. If a person has one of them TVs, you already get a lot of internet channels just within that only. You get a lot of channels, you know,
Yeah. There's
just
free ones
within
and you know
that.
what you're doing. Like me,
Okay, let
I
me
find
see.
the free stuff.
Also, Johnny E says, the only thing is good about YouTube TV and Hulu Live is there's no contracts. You can cancel anytime, but with cable and satellite, you may have to sign a 2-year contract. Exactly.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
thank God, I know with the service I have, which is Spectrum, I'm not under any contract. I can leave when I get ready.
Yeah, I know they changed that recently. They locked you in. My brother was locked into a bundle for 2 years.
I'm not locked into no bundle at all. I could leave tomorrow if I
No
want
more.
to.
Not anymore.
It's
'Cause
like
that's what they
prepaid
rate.
internet.
The options.
Rapid ears work great. Hey, if you can't afford a tenner yet, use a coat hanger and some aluminum foil.
Yep.
Mhm.
Old school it.
Just as good. So you get it into that.
Oh, really?
So you get that $10 for that $10 antenna, right?
Can we get a
Coat
video?
hanger and some aluminum foil.
Can we get a video on that, please?
Yes, Pam will be bringing out a video on that pretty soon.
Oh, wow.
Yes. But yes, there's no such thing as an HD TV antenna. There's no such thing as an HD antenna or a HD TV antenna.
Nope.
Or
HD
4K
don't-
ready antenna per se.
Yeah.
ATV antenna is simply just that. There's no specific design that determines which picture solution. And this is in the same article that I've that thanks to shout out to Sim who sent me this article, and it's in our MS7 group, and I posted it in the chat earlier.
Nice.
And it says your top locals are not transmitted in 1080p either. You will find that most of them are in 480.
Jesus Christ.
So most of your top locals are going to be in 480.
Yep. And depending on the distance too.
You won't need a new antenna for ATSC 3.0. The free over-the-air channels, so it will be easier to get more people across the U.S. The point you may even be able to watch free TV in your car. It says it's going to be a point where you'll be able to watch free TV in your car or on your smartphone.
There's ways you can do that now.
There's a new TV turner to get these ultra high definition channels as well. And they're within the ATSC 3.0 signal. But it's even more about the antenna. Let me see.
That sounds like satellite or
Also,
something.
it says antenna. It says antenna because it says and then it says and then it gives an article on how to pick the best antenna or OTA DVR, and it goes into that. But also next is picking your streaming subscriptions. Now, which streaming subscription would be best for you and your family? You know, some people like Netflix. You know, like you say, you may get with family members and get together and you know, maybe you and you may have a sister or brother or cousin, y'all all split Netflix, you know, or you can all split Disney Plus. There's a lot of people, you know, you can split your Disney Plus. You may split your Discovery Plus, you know.
So bro, Harmony on that new device, the MeCool KM2 is the only one that has that right now.
The only one that has what?
Has what?
The true 4K Netflix license.
Oh, okay.
That MeCool KM2 has the official 4K.
No, I think what he's referring to primarily is the bit rate when it comes to 4K.
Oh, okay.
Netflix doesn't stream Remux files. It's
Exactly.
always encoded.
Yeah,
I'll
but
stick with you, Netflix. Thank you,
but
Tyra.
Trouble,
Exactly. I'm the same way, Simi.
I think it depends on your device and your TV.
Right.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
most TVs are not true 4K unless they're under $1,000. If nothing's over $1,000, you don't have true 4K.
And
And I'm okay with that.
I'm happy with 1080, 720,
Yes,
1080. I'm happy with.
because I know the TV up on my computer right now. I think that only puts out what 1080.
That's what my TV, my Element 50 inch, puts out 1080. I'm happy with that.
let's see.
But
Very
there's
soon there'll
ways
be an 8K, then 12K.
you can't see the human
Also, some
eye.
other apps that you may want to look into if you have children, but just in general, I love this app. I keep it on my daughter's device. It's Hoopla. Hoopla is another app that you can get free TV shows and movies from because Hoopla is tied to your library. If you're here in the States, Hoopla is tied to your library card. So if you have a library account, all you do is put your library card information in, and now you don't get to keep the movies forever or whatever, but it's kind of like you did to download the movie. It has movies, music, and audiobooks and stuff, all that on there. Whatever the library will offer if you actually went to the library to pick it up.
Yeah, right now our library's closed.
And it's the database for the libraries all over the US. So if it was a movie that just can't and make it so bad, the movies come pretty fast to the library. So soon as it hits, say for example, when the movies were still at the movies, where they're back at the movies now, as soon as it hit DVD, it will be there at the library. You know.
awesome.
Probably during the pandemic, the library still was. People couldn't physically go to a lot of libraries, but the Hoopla app was still active. So a lot of times when the movies was available on the streaming service, it was right there. And I'm so sorry I forgot to tell you guys earlier that you could have watched that same movie or got that same movie on in Hoopla. And Hoopla is available in your in the Google Play Store. Is also available in the Amazon App Store.
Nice.
And there's another one called Can Copy. I don't know much about this Can Copy, but I will be checking it out. So it's
Mm.
another free service, something called Can Copy.
You better check out that other one, Sharon.
Hoopla,
No, that VER TV.
VER TV.
The bad TV
V
show.
Oh, okay, okay.
TV.
Mm-hmm.
That's got like 5,000. It's got other countries and stuff. It's mostly for mobile phones and tablets, but it's worth checking out.
Oh, for sure. I definitely will check it out.
It's got live content in it.
So yeah, definitely. If you have, yeah, it don't even matter. Like I said, mainly if you have kids, is great, but it may be any age because they have movies. Like I said, they have movies, TV shows, audio books. If it's a book you want to listen to, a book you want to read, you even can pick out books that you read. Is
It's
available
free.
on Hoopla as well. Yes.
Oh, that's the awesome part about
Let me see. Let me go back to it. I think it's HOOPLA. But let me look.
it. HOPPA thing. Oh, yeah, that might be, yeah.
Because I accidentally closed it. I don't know why I closed it because I wasn't even finished reading the articles.
I think it's got all the library database on it, don't it, Sharon? Every
Yes, it
library?
does. Yes, it does. All you have to do is get your it's
Yes, ma'am.
HOOPLA. That's what I thought. HOOPLA.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've seen
Mm-hmm.
that before.
Yep. Another thing that's available on your Amazon, if you're first time cutting the cord, is the IDBM TV.
Oh yeah, that.
Yep.
The
But
Roku
that's
channel.
available everywhere though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes,
Tubi, there's
HOOPLA,
Pluto.
exactly what Miss Shelley Shell just spelled. That's it. And here, Simi put the website in. Thank you, Simi.
Yep.
It's a
That's
great
the
app.
whole.
I keep it on my
Yep.
daughter's, like I said, my daughter's device. And then if it's something you want to watch this child, because they have a great some of everything is, a lot of stuff that's children's, a lot of stuff that's every category. I mean, even if you wanted to say, for example, if you wanted to binge on Stephen King stuff, of course, they're gonna have it at the library. Go on Hoopla,
Oh my god.
And if it's a movie, now you get the movie for like I think if it's a movie, you get it for like 2 weeks at a time, but you can renew it, like you would do a library card, and it's gonna let you
Yeah.
know when it's time to renew it.
But it ain't physical, it's digital, right?
It's digital. Everything is digital on Hoopla. And there's another
Okay.
one that's similar to Hoopla that I use too. That's on my other device. I gotta find it, but it's similar to Hoopla too.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's another tool to use.
yeah. It's a great tool and it's free. You know, yeah. Like I said, if you got
Yep.
children, it's a great tool for them as well
Yep.
because they got the books there. They got the regular books, the audio books, magazines, music. I mean, if you want to get, oh man, if you want to get some of the latest music or whatever, go to Hoopla.
You see
Right?
that one old app
All
came
in
back?
one. Pardon me?
Uh, Free Flicks HQ.
I'm sorry, Free Flex HQ, you said?
Yep, came back.
Yep. Okay, Berto TV was known as TDT, not new but renamed. Okay. Had it in Korea when I was stationed there. Okay. Thank you,
Yeah,
so
that's correct. That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you look at the icon, it even says that TDT right beside the Ver TV. It is. It's got all countries on that thing. It's a legal app. It's a legal free app. If it's in the Google Play Store, they're supporting it. So
Also,
I
there's
definitely.
another one called Criticon channel is a movie lover's dream. That's another app, but it's a paid service. Never mind. You get a 14-day free trial, and I don't know how much it costs after that. So that's not a free TV service.
Put that blender in the chat.
Okay. Put what in the chat? The one that costs?
The Spanish the Spanish version of Pluto
Oh, okay. You put it in the chat. Okay.
that
Okay.
I said earlier. Yeah.
There was another one too that was recently seen.
And I'll make sure also I'm gonna go ahead and put
There was another one called Anthem TV.
Hoopla in the chat as well. I mean not the chat, but because Tim already put it in the chat, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it in MS7.
Oh, okay. You hear about that one, Sharon?
Pardon me?
Did you ever hear about Anthem TV?
That sounds familiar. It sounds like I've heard of it before.
It has a star icon. It has like a star icon.
Oh
That's at
yeah.
the bottom of the icon. Free cable.
Mm-hmm.
It's ANTHYM and then TV.
Mm-hmm. So I also posted the Hoopla and MS7 chat as well. So if you guys you can either get it in the replay, or if you go on MS7, you can get the app for Hoopla and go to the site, but you also get the app too as well for Hoopla and for Canopy.
That's great info.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
I know my brother used that. My brother used that one time.
Mm-hmm. I also know what you want to budget, what your budget is, how much you want to try to spend on your services, and try to stick with that if you can. So that way you're not going all over, going above, paying for all this, especially once you learn about us, then you don't have to,
Don't need any of that.
It says lower if you can, yes, if you can. It says on here, lower your internet bill before you cut the cord. What are some of your thoughts on getting your internet bill lowered before you cut the cord?
Wasn't there something just recently, Sharon, through the stimulus
I'm sorry,
plan? Wasn't there something that they were offering through a stimulus plan that where you could get $50 off your internet or something?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. As a matter of fact, if you you get $50 off your internet bill if you have a child in school. I told that the other week. If you have a child in school and you can show that you have a student, I said child, but if you have a student that's in school and stuff, and you have proof you have a student that's in school, they will go down to $50 off your up to $50 on your internet bill, because originally I thought it was $50, but they said up to. You got to watch out for that up to.
And it's for 6 months, right?
$50 on your internet bill.
And I think it lasts 6 months.
Right. Well, the lady told me when she asked me about it, because she asked me, "Do I have a child at home?" She told me that it would last for at least what she told me, about a year or something like that, until something I forgot, to the next thing.
So worth it.
Now, it just started because the lady was telling me about it when I paid my cable bill. Well, not cable. Sorry, I don't have cable, but when I paid my internet bill.
What Superbox do you have, Sharon?
The Superbox Pro 2, whatever.
Yeah, my brother had the one I had. I got the Elite. I have the Elite, and I have the S1 Plus limited one. Has 4 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of storage on both of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, love with me talk to you.
Yeah, low income too. Yeah, and if you have low income as well, yeah, they would do it as well too. I forgot. If you have low income, if you have a child that's in school, I mean, a student that's in school, and if you have low income, they will also lower your bill for the thing. So
you have to go somewhere to apply for that.
Yes, and they'll send you a link, and then you fill it out online, and then you submit it to
Oh,
them.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Yep. You sell them, and they'll send you a link. Let me see. The question I was asking: do you think you should lower your internet bill before cutting the cable? Because it's in one of the steps in here is try to lower your internet bill before you cut cord. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts on that, Ian? What,
Hmm.
oh, go ahead, Ian, and then
Oh,
I'll let you go down.
well, I guess it will depend on your usage. Like, for example, if you have a family and you have gamers that's in your family, who's going to be using a whole lot of bandwidth. So you may want to increase your internet if that's the case. But also, if you're just using it for simple browsing and you want to save as much as possible, then you could call them and see what they can do for you as far as that. But it's all depending on what's going on in your household at the end of the day, as far as what you do with it.
Okay. Um, Donald, what are your thoughts? Do you think you should lower your
Yeah.
internet bill before you cut the cord?
First thing I would do is talk with the family, or if you got a family, if not, talk with the people that live in your home. Make that decision mutual, and then see if you can call, like Penn said. I agree with what Penn said. Call and talk to them and tell them your situation, and you need to see if you get a better rate or negotiate it to down a little bit lower and see if they can work with you. That's the best advice that I've done, and it works sometimes and sometimes it don't. But hey, it's at least worth a shot.
Mm-hmm. For
Thank you.
sure. Red Lantern, what are your thoughts on it? Do you believe that you should lower your internet, as it says on here, before cutting the cable?
Lowering your internet?
They said try to lower your internet bill before cutting the cable.
I'll never lower my internet. Uh,
I increased it as a matter of
there's no way I'm doing that.
No,
That's like shooting myself in the foot. But now I would definitely cut the cable before I lowered the internet. But I mean, to each their own. Some people's internet service are better than others, or worse than others in that case too. But as far as I would do the opposite. I would definitely lower my cable, or not cut out the cable.
Yeah, but they want you to cut the cord, but they suggest that you should lower your internet bill before you
Mm.
cut the cord.
That's just putting a bigger noose on your neck with the
Well,
cable company.
Jen, like I
Hmm.
said before, it depends. It depends if the channel that you get or that you're wanting. Also, if if you can't live without those channels, just quit using. I wouldn't say cut it out completely, but quit using it and just connect it with the with the channels of the apps that you do have
Hmm.
on your subscription. Like if you have, let's say you have DirecTV or Comcast, just connect your cable provider with the corresponding apps in your subscription.
Okay.
Mm.
And another thing on that too that I would like to add is speed can play a big part in the cost of your internet too. So
Exactly.
Speed testers.
Hmm.
Run
Hmm.
a speed test.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. So definitely want to have a speed tester on there, like you said, to make sure.
But
Okay.
I guess also, I guess nobody really,
Go ahead.
if they would think about it, like if they want to cut out their cable and they have children there and they have to rely heavily, like on the internet for schooling, it could be because of the pandemic or even college, and your internet speed will slow down, or you might have a couple of kids there, they're just on the PlayStation or Xbox, and they're sucking up all that bandwidth. I mean, that will slow you down too. So And then everybody with their devices slowing it down. So maybe streaming would become a nightmare for them, and they'll just return right back to cable.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
And I tell a lot of people,
Mm,
I tell them the opposite always myself. I always tell them, if anything, you need to increase your internet. You want to make sure you have
yeah.
some good internet. You want to make sure your internet is going. I mean, it doesn't do any good to increase the price of your internet if you got sucky internet.
I always tell people
Um,
like
but
if you have all these other devices, instead of bypassing Wi-Fi, you know, uh, like hardwires your Fire Stick straight to your router, and that way you have priority internet. You're the first one. Everybody else's will be secondary, and so on. I mean, it's just a thought.
yes. Also, before I go on to the next thing, do you mind Red Lantern posting your YouTube information in the chat so people will know to subscribe to you and to go to you?
That's fine. Go ahead.
Do videos and everything.
Yeah. Oh, you saw that one video I did? I was like, I'm gonna start slowing it down.
all the
Mm-hmm.
announcements.
Well, yeah, because a lot of people are saying you go too fast. Slow it down. So I was like, okay, so now I'm gonna have like in the title, if I do two videos, it's gonna be the same thing, but one's gonna be slower than the other one, and and it's for the older crowd. Some people are like, I'm gonna have to tell them like use your back button, use your right hand button, use your OK button. I'm gonna have to start doing it like that because sometimes they just get lost, and I can imagine. So I've been told by several different people that I go too fast.
I thought you did a good job.
Well, that's because you know how to use some of this stuff.
Yeah, if
As
you
some of
don't
these,
know when you're a first time learner and stuff, everything seems so fast. So when you
right?
first want to
So,
learn
so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put up with the headache and just go real slow for these people. And I want to go ahead and really get good at this Premiere, that Adobe Premiere, so I can show the remote on the side and what to push, what to all that stuff. So
hmm
yeah, I'm trying to sharpen up my skills. But yeah, go ahead and post whatever. My channel's fine.
Okay.
And it,
When are you, this question is for you, Donna.
I have to wait and look at my schedule. Lives right now are not really my thing, so but I will eventually try to get back to them. If they do, they'll be nightly. They'll be at night, so they won't be mornings anymore. So
Okay.
just letting people know.
I love
It's
Miss
all good.
Octavia.
Yeah,
Yeah, Miss
What she say?
Octavia is so sweet.
she
hmm
misses somebody. She likes everybody going live.
hmm Yeah, Miss
Those
Octavia
people's
is
not
a sweet
getting
person. She supports everybody, and that's what I love
Yeah,
about Miss Octavia. No matter who they are,
Yeah.
supports everybody, and she's a sweetheart.
you can't help but love
We
her.
love you, Miss Octavia.
Yeah, shout out to Miss Octavia.
Hmm.
Yes, for sure. And, let's see. I'm gonna post your channel. So yes, like we've all agreed, if anything, you should increase your if you need to.
Yep.
Because you may not need to. You may not need to increase your internet. So don't increase your internet if you don't need to. See what your speeds are once you become a cord cutter. And if you don't need to, then don't do it.
You're gamers, yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. Some of the older crowds that I've been associating with, they don't even have a Facebook. So
A lot of them don't like
A
social
lot of people
media.
don't like Facebook.
yeah, well, no, they don't even have like social media at all. They don't see
When
the
you tell them
point.
Twitter, you tell them Telegram, and they say, "What's that?"
Yeah,
Well, but I think it's the fact that some of them actually only use it for business.
Right.
yeah,
Networking. Yeah. Right. Yep.
Yeah,
yeah.
because in my brother, he uses, even though he mainly uses I think privately, he uses his Facebook for his law firm.
Mm.
Oh, yep, yep,
Yep.
yep.
Yeah, that way they can get more clients.
Some people
That they
do
like
just use it mainly for
go more
business,
of
and
a
that's it too. Um, you guys, if you haven't, I also not only did I post Red Lantern's YouTube in here, I also went ahead and posted Papers YouTube. I guess it'll be popping up in a minute. Okay. Papers YouTube in here as well. On Thursdays we do go over on Papers channel, which we do a Pieces of Eight show every Thursday. That doesn't have anything to do with streaming. It's just for mental health, and we're not doctors or anything. We just a support group, and we sit here and we talk about things that are going on in mental health. Things that we may know that's going on, or we may know someone that has something that's going on with something that has to do with mental health. But we do the different issues every week, or we may elaborate and continue on the same issue depending on what we're talking about. But yeah, just check. Make sure you go over to Papers and check us out on Thursdays. Around usually it's at 6 o'clock Eastern. Also, Red Lantern's channel as well. Like you said, also Simi's in the chat. I'll post his. He does a lot of times. He does a lot of Saturday morning shows. Sometimes when he's available, he does shows on Saturday.
He does gaming too, so.
Oh yeah, he does a lot of gaming too. Simi does. So if you want to, 1 second. So yes, he does gaming as well, and a lot of reviews on a lot of products and everything. So yeah.
Yeah, it's channel got a lot of diversity to it.
Yes, it does. It has a lot of diversity in it. So make sure. Yes. Also, let's see. And 50 in his heart, keeping up with the new trends and apps and social media. Yeah, this stuff is always changing and being diverse and everything. So things are constantly changing all the time.
Mhm.
So, like you said, you got to try to stay on top if you can. 1 more second. Does anybody have any more questions or anything in the chat?
Hmm.
18 years old. What? But on paper. Okay. You 18 years old on paper?
So yeah, Simi definitely.
Yeah, Simi be playing them games. He be gaming.
Yeah.
And stuff. Sometimes I just go by there and say hi. Sometimes I just sit up there. I think if he's not gaming, Senator, I'm sorry. I can't think of his name at the moment. He's on Supreme Team.
Yeah, he's on Twitch.
He does a lot of Twitch and stuff, gaming too. He says, I love gaming and streaming. Yes, he does. We could tell too, Simi, you love gaming and streaming. For sure.
See you playing that Last of Us. Yeah, that's a nice title.
Yep, The Last of Us. Yep. But he also, like I said, he does some great shows sometime on Saturdays. You can catch him sometime on Saturdays doing a morning show or quick live, a pop-up live sometime on the weekends. Yep. Oh, you're a retired software developer. Okay, Miss Virginia.
Awesome.
Yeah, you came and came to our show today.
Yeah.
We're about to be winding things down, but we are so glad to have you. And welcome to our MS7 Morning Show. And we look forward to seeing you again. But it all boils down to, as we said before, just doing a little research. Having a budget. And like they said, the next thing was on here, and we already mentioned it, was speed test. Internet speed. So we already talked about it. I even got there. Also renting, yes. Also, the last step is renting the cable equipment. Do you want to continue to rent it, or do you want to invest in your own equipment? And we touched on that already. Your goal, if you can help it, is to try to own your equipment. But if you can't, we understand. Or rent it, I guess, if you have to. But your goal is to try to own your own equipment. If you have to do it slowly for surely, buying your stuff,
Yeah.
Always the goal at the end of the day is Renting their equipment versus buying your own equipment. Now, Verizon Fios, they charge between $12 and $15 a month for their equipment. Comcast charges $14 a month for equipment. And this is rented.
Damn.
You're never going to own it. Spectrum charges $7. Wait a minute, this can't be right.
I think it's $17.99, ain't it?
Hmm?
I think Spectrum's like $17.99.
Yeah, but this said Spectrum agreed to 174 million statement. Okay, maybe I haven't got down to Spectrum. Okay, Comcast is $14 a month. Verizon Fios is $12 to $15 a month. And it didn't tell me any other ones, but they're probably about what you said.
Right.
Yep, and then also choosing your streaming device. What streaming device would you want to do it on? Or just the Chromecast, the Fire Stick, the Dynaleak, NVIDIA Shield. Do you want to do an Android box, or do you want to do a Roku, whatever device? Do your research on finding on which one of them. If you like to do a lot of DVRing, then invest in a Tableau or HD Home Run. So you can go back to all the shows you recorded during the daytime or while you were working. And then congratulations at the end. Once you finish, you can brag to your friends how you saved money cutting the cord, and now you have cash in your pocket because you saved money. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's the end goal.
Take that money and get something you want.
That's right. Congratulations.
The bigger TV or the
I'm
video
telling
shield.
You, Jay, choose the money. Hey, you never know the money that you put. You know what? Some people, would be a good thing that somebody could do. This is a great. You know what? I haven't paid cable in so long, so I wouldn't know how it was. But if I could go back in time, this is what I would have done when I first cut the cable. I would have got one of them jars, like the custom jar, and compared to whatever my cable bill was then, and whatever the money I saved, if I was able to, save it, put it in that jar every month and see how much I saved within time. Use it as a savings,
Add up
and
quick.
then use it as my money to see if I saved enough money that I can go on a vacation. Saved enough money that I can go pay for tickets to go to to Six Flags or somewhere, because I've saved $100 and something a month,
My wife will take that jar.
You watch take the jar. You said it's never make it.
That's why you need to save.
What are the steps to changing over your own equipment? The steps to changing over your own equipment would be doing your research on what type of routers versus modems to get. Could you name some of the routers and modems that a lot of people invest in?
Yeah, like a lot of people would like. There's the Nighthawks, the Netgears. A lot of people are getting into it's the Orbeez. There's a lot of different options that's out here.
Mesh too.
Yeah, the meshes are popular.
Aries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just comes down. Well, some of it will come down to personal preference. Once you look at maybe if you try out some things and you may like.
Isn't it also compatibility?
Well, the first thing you
that's
need
true.
to do is call your cable company provider and find out what equipment are you allowed to even change out.
Right.
Because some companies won't even allow you to change out certain equipment.
Universe.
If they don't allow you to change out certain equipment, then you cannot like they may let you change out a modem but not a router, or may let you change out a router but not a modem. Some companies are like that. So
AT&T.
AT&T, what do they let you change out?
Just the
Just the router. So they're stuck with their modem. So
yeah, I'm not sure for their fiber plans. I don't have. Well, they didn't bring fiber yet, but for now, if you just keep their modem, you got the opportunity to switch out the router. So.
So once you find out, first of all, which company that you can what the company allow you to do, then from that point on, you research what equipment is best affordable for your pockets, what's best affordable that you can use. What route would you like to go? Would you like to go to Nighthawk or the Mesh or the or whatever route you like to go? Research and find out what equipment is best for your home. And if you have to slowly
Dual
get
band,
it, and
band.
pardon me.
There's dual band routers. There's
Hmm.
tri-band routers.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
They like compatible with 2G and 5G.
Yeah. Also, see first you need to see what's compatible to your provider.
Yeah.
Also, find out what your provider, like I said, what they allow you to use. That's very important. Yeah. Simi said choose Team Green for his device. Ran out of HD port a
Hooked up
long
to a
time ago.
70-inch. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
Team Green.
Team Green. Yeah. So those are some things that you can do when you're changing over to your own equipment. 1 second. So like I said, these are some of the steps these are the steps you can do when you're wanting to become a cord cutter. And like I said, even more research past us. Research, um, take in what applies to you, because everything everybody says does not apply to everybody. Doesn't apply to every household.
Yep. That's what you also gotta keep in mind. That most of these YouTubers they're only looking they only know what what works for them, and they think what works for them might work for you too.
Hmm. So you just also on here I posted similar Sim's Twitter. He has a Twitter that's similar to our Telegram groups where you can get a lot of information. Also, he has also there's also another group I forgot. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Entertainment Hut is another Telegram group. And he definitely keeps you more he keeps you definitely updated on everything. Study updated on everything Sim does. He works so hard, and I always tell him all the time we appreciate all he does because he's a very hard worker
Yeah, Sam
on
posts
what
a
he does. He
lot.
puts it
Yeah,
in.
Sam definitely puts in the work. Well,
So
welcome
definitely
being haters.
check out these links for sure. With that being said, let's see 1 second. Okay, so this is all his information, his Instagram, his Twitter, his Telegram. Make sure you check all them links out and you go and follow Sim so you can get a lot of streaming and entertainment information because he definitely has it. And with that being said, we're gonna get ready to wind down.
Okay.
We're gonna start with Marcos.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for coming. Have a good morning, night, afternoon, and see y'all next time.
Okay, Red Lantern.
Thank you for having me. For the Telegram, please remember when you're making one, you have to leave a picture icon. You can't leave it blank. Um, Till the next time I see y'all, and be kind to one another.
Yeah, before I call Pen, definitely. I forgot to say that. And they were in all the groups. Make sure you have a picture icon and make sure that which I forgot to post it. Let me see. Make sure you have a picture icon. You can go to Iconics to get a picture icon. They do some great pictures as far as their icons. I don't have a link at the moment. It's on the other device. I would definitely make sure I start putting it in my description or something. But usually I post it in the chat as well as paper usually. But thank you for joining, Donna. But definitely make sure you have a picture icon. Make sure in our groups, make sure if you could come and join, you're welcome to join our groups. Make sure that we want people to treat each other the way you want to be treated. In MS7, I know for sure you can post if someone goes live that's within the community that's helping. If someone posts an article within the community that's helping, and if someone puts out a video that's within the community that's helping, you're welcome to post that up in the group as well. With that being said, I will pass it over to you, Penn.
Okay. I want to thank everybody for coming out to the morning show today. Appreciate everybody, all the comments, feedback, chat. Make sure you guys be on the lookout for more shows coming on, like later today or later this week for that matter. And just continue to support people, get that knowledge, and keep it streaming. So big shout out to the panel as well, everybody that came through for today. And see you guys next time. Peace out.
Peace.
I'd like to thank Blammo, Donald, Red Lantern, Marcos, Penn, everybody who came through on the panel today, this morning. Also, I'd like to thank the side chat, because without the chat, we would not have a show. So I thank each and every one of you for coming out. I appreciate each and every one of you, because without you, it wouldn't be a show. And you could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be here, and I really do appreciate it. So if you haven't, on your way in, on your way out, make sure you press that like, share, subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you get the notifications whenever an MS7 go live. And until next time, peace.
Peace out.